Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So this video is about upgrading the spark plug of our Tata Tigor or Tata Tiago to NGK. Now usually the spark plugs we need to change after every 3 years or the kilometer schedule around 45,000 as specified in a owner manual. So usually these are the spark plugs which comes with the Tata car. These are the Champion branded spark plugs, as you can see over here, and this comes as a default spark plug in our car from factory. But I heard from many online forums that we can use these NGK spark plug, which are very good, and it will improve the pickup and efficiency and a bit of a mileage of a car. So if you see, the cost is around 254. Right now the cost is increased like anything, because earlier these spark plugs used to cost same as that of a Tata, which provide 120 rupees, but in recent 3-4 weeks the cost has increased exponentially, because these are made in Japan spark plugs, while this one is the made in India. So total 3 number of spark plugs are required. You can see this is the model of a spark plugs which we need to buy for Tata Tigor, not any other spark plugs for NGK brand. Apart from these, we need these tools. Now this one is the extension rod, which is 1/2 inch on this side, and this is the socket, male and female, and this one is the socket which I ordered from Amazon. It is a Stanley branded socket. It is a 16 mm. So this side it is a 1/2 inch female connection, and this side it is a you can see hex typical nut connection. So how it will look like. So this is how this fits, and the reason we require this L spanner and this extension is that the spark plugs are installed deep into the engine. I will show you in a video later. So we need these extension bars to fit in order to remove the spark plugs. So let me connect all these assembly so that I can show you how it looks. Okay, so this is how this whole assembly will look. So we will insert our this spanner with socket in this way and rotate the anti-clockwise direction to remove the spark plugs. So this is how this whole things looks like. Now we will go back to our car and I will show you how to open the spark plugs. So for opening the spark plugs, we need to remove these coils. Before that, we need to remove this complete air filter box. So we will need the 10 mm socket. Remove this one bolt here, this one bolt another here, and this hose. So I'll remove this air box, filter box, and then I'll show you. As you can see, we will need 12 mm socket to remove these two bolts. I by mistakenly said 10 mm. So I have removed these two bolts. Keep this bolt as a safer side along with the washer. Now I'll disconnect this clamp so that I can easily remove the box. The box is already loose. Okay. As you can see, I have removed the filter box from top of the engine. So these are the 3 coils which I need to remove in order to access the spark plugs. I have disconnected the air intake hose. So let's remove this coil and I'll show you the spark plug. You can see I have removed these coils. Inside you can see the spark plug. So let us remove these three. I have loosened up the spark plug, but one thing is that these spark plugs are very deep inside, so even with your finger you may not able to access them. So what we can do, just put down the coil again inside, and in this way we can remove the spark plug. As you can see, I have removed one coil from first cylinder. So to remove spark plug, I'll simply put this coil inside and pull out the spark plug. So this is the stock spark plug which we got with the car. Let me pull out all three spark plugs. You can see this is the condition of a stock spark plug, and this is the new NGK spark plugs. If I do side by side comparison, they are all same, but what inside is matters. So I'll install all these three spark plugs now. Now while inserting the spark plugs, you can see the gap, this gap, this gap is the main thing. So our hands may not reach up to that level, so what you can do is simply put the spark plug in this way to the coil, and first insert the spark plug inside, and then you can rotate a little bit, and then you can fix it. See, I already installed one spark plug. You can see I have installed all three new NGK spark plugs on this. Now one thing you need to keep in mind, that you shouldn't be tightening the spark plugs to with a very high torque. Now I do not have any torque wrench, so I am tightening this up to certain level that it feels a little bit tight, not fully tight, because usually as we do not have any torque wrench, so we don't understand how much torque we are applying, and it may damage the cylinder heads. You can see, so all the three spark plugs are installed. Now I'll once again redo all the job of connecting all the coils, installing the filter and hose, and I'll show you final result. Now this is how the engine sounds. A bit of a refinement I observed, because earlier engine used to shake like anything, but now with these spark plugs engine shaking is reduced a bit now. So this is the overall video for the installation of spark plugs, NGK branded. If you have any other doubts, feel free to share your doubts in the comments. Thank you very much.